secret is I just smile and say, live for today. I'm sitting on top of the world, on top of the sun came up and I gotta say, see it in a whole new way. I'm sitting on top of the world, on top of the world, on top of the world. I'm sitting on top of the world.
All right,
Well, it
guys,
gives
well,
me a little
welcome
bit
to
of that.
another edition of Content is Queen. And today I'm bringing you the founder of S.W.A.M Challenge. What is S.W.A.M
Yeah.
Challenge? Well, I'm going to go ahead and let him tell you about that. But I have a feeling that it'll be spreading through California soon. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Walter Watts IV, founder of S.W.A.M Challenge.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here to talk to you about this S.W.A.M Challenge and how dear it is to me and kind of why I started it. But the S.W.A.M Challenge is really simple. It's really about creating a mindset and challenging people to challenge themselves. S.W.A.M stands for Started with a Mile. So what we do is focus on the fitness aspect and the mental aspect. But when it comes to the fitness, the physical, we talk about just doing 1 mile every single day and educating people, no matter if you don't work out or you work out every single day. By just doing 1 mile every single day, it can create a habit and something that you can have a routine on doing. And then what it does is at the end of your 30 days, you have something that you achieve. I think as we get older, we forget to challenge ourselves. So by just simply doing 1 mile every single day, you can at the end of your 30 days be like, you know what, I accomplished this goal. I feel good. What's next? And I feel like if you continue to have that spirit of challenging yourself and accomplishing them, like the sky is the limit. So it's really just a mindset that I want to instill into people, adults to children. And when it comes to the mental aspect, at the same time of you walking or running your mile, this could be your time to talk to yourself or to release some stress or release some anxiety. What we do is educate youth and adults on just expressing their feelings and how they feel to get that off of their chest, because I believe that with depression and anxiety comes inner tension. So a lot of times we have inner problems that we are dealing with, and sometimes we don't know who to talk to. So we keep that stuff balled in. And by exercising, it gives you serotonin release. So that is able to help with your depression and anxiety. And on my videos, I like to talk about what I'm going through and hopefully keep an open dialogue and have people express their depression or anxiety or whatever they're going through to help with the mental aspect as well. So the
listen,
S.W.A.M Challenge kind of hits both.
I've done my research on you, as many people have, and know that you come from a pretty athletic family. So how did someone like you that has athletics and fitness in your background come up with a program like this? Because to regular people, starting with 1 mile shouldn't seem like something so challenging for you. So where did that come from, and then what's next?
So what happened was, unfortunately, back in 2018, my father, my mother, my grandfather, and my stepmom all passed from health issues. My dad, a heart attack, my mother from brain cancer, my stepmom from cancer, and even my grandpa from a stroke. And I think with me battling kind of my depression and not knowing who to turn to, I didn't really have an outlet to release that emotion. So what I did was try to exercise. I was gaining weight. I felt uncomfortable. So one day I was going to my friend's house and he literally lived like 1 mile away. It was weird. And as I'm jogging there, it was raining that day. And I was like, I just need to start working out. I need to do something. So as I'm running, I'm having this conversation with myself on like, hey, Walter, you should start working out. You should just start with 1 mile. That's where the name came from, of doing this every single day. And as I'm running, I'm having this conversation of, oh, yes, I need to do something to change my habit. I want the people around me to change their habit. I want to be able to educate people on just doing something simple like 1 mile. But in return, it would help me stay kind of dedicated if I have a group of people that dedicate themselves to doing 1 mile as well. So that is really how it started, kind of through my heartbreak of my deaths of my family. I said I was going to do 1 mile every single day, and I've been sticking to it. And it's been able to help a lot of people that's kind of going through the same thing that I was. So it's got me out of a dark place and continue hopefully help other people.
I like that. So the motivation piece of it though, if people aren't already doing something that totals about a mile a day, that it's too difficult to get started with a mile, what do you suggest to them? And then also in this time while we're quarantined, what would you say to parents about their kids?
So that's great. You look at the background, there's like puzzles and stuff on the back because I'm at my brother's and sister's house because we're literally going to do a workout together because we're doing this quarantine. So I say rather than being at the house and playing video games and just watching TV, like this could be a great opportunity to get the family together to do an inside workout. And the whole thing about the SWAM challenge and doing a mile is that it's not hard. It's not difficult. And when someone tells me like, I don't think I can do a mile, like if you tell yourself that, then you're right. You can't tell me you can't do anything until you actually try to do it and continue to try. Because a mile is very simple, unless you can't walk. Now, if you can't walk, then okay, that's a whole different story. But if you have limbs that you can use to walk, then you can walk a mile, or at least attempt to. Now, if you can't attempt it, then your goal should be, let me get to a mile. So the thing is just having a mindset of setting a goal and accomplishing it. So if you can do a mile, your goal is to try to do it for 30 days straight. If you're quarantined in the house, say if you don't even want to go outside, you can do high knees literally for 10 minutes. That's all you need. Most people walk a mile. Let's say most people walk a mile within 12 minutes. You can do high knees for 12 minutes. There you go. The whole point is getting your heart rate up, getting a sweat going, and that's all you need. If you do that for 30 days straight, you will be amazed on the growth that you have, not only physically, but mentally, because you'll create more of a habit of saying like, oh, I need to get my workout in. And then the people around you are like, oh my gosh, you're so serious about that. And you create a chain of people that just do something as simple as high knees for 10 minutes every day. So quarantine, this is probably the best time to get your workout in. That's what I say.
What have you put in place to help people get to those 30 days? Because it's one thing to do it a day or every other day. What have you put in place with the SWAM challenge to help people get through those first 30 days?
So I try to be really hands-on. If someone wants to try to get through the 30 days, I will literally text you every day if you need me to. I have groups of text messages that I text them every single day. It's like a group of them. Or if you don't even feel comfortable with that, on my Instagram, I'll send you a text message through Instagram, whatever it takes. I'm literally here to motivate you to get it done. Because if no one is watching, I'm for sure watching. So I tell people to tag me, say my name in there, like throw me in your tag so I see it, text me. And I will always communicate back, because what people don't understand is as much as it sounds like I'm doing a lot of the communication, it helps inspire me to stay focused, because I mess up and don't want to work out sometimes just as much as other people do. Life happens. So that's why it's always important to have people on your team that believe in you and want you to succeed, no matter even if it's something minute like walking a mile every single day. And I can be that analyst for you to say, hey, did you get it done? Or we set a time and say, when is the best time for you to get it? Like we can brainstorm. Instead of just me telling you what to do, let's figure it out. I know everyone's busy, so let's figure out 15 minutes out of your day of 24 hours that you can walk a mile. I guarantee we can find it.
I bet. So what do you have coming up with SWAM Challenge? You know, it sounds good, that mile a day, but that's building up to what?
Yes. So what happens is, so unfortunately we're in the quarantine right now, but we have like a drop-in workout here in Fresno, California, where not only do I motivate people to get out and do the mile, but now we have, you can come work out with me. We have protein shakes, we have music, we have a great atmosphere of people getting a really good workout in, no matter if you've never worked out or if you've worked out your whole life. And that's what we've been doing, but now with quarantine, we kind of put a stop to that. You got to be safe, understand. But in November 14th, we have our third annual SWAM Challenge 5K here in Fresno, California, at a park called Woodward Park. And there we'll have different sponsors to be able to educate the masses of just mental health and different options that they may have and different questions that they may need answered if they have any. So it's a great opportunity for the community to come out and be educated and also go out there and walk for mental health.
I heard you guys are doing some cool things with the kids in Fresno.
Yeah, so as slowly but surely, we're trying to get our name plugged in different places, and I am trying to get the mindset of the adults, and I think the next step is of our kids as well, because in the world that we live in now, we have social media, we have video games, we have a lot of things that disconnect the youth from reality,
Truth.
or even talking. Kids don't talk or text or do anything like that. So my goal is to get into different school, like Fresno Unified is here in Fresno, obviously, but different school districts, and then have a place where kids can come and talk to me and kind of figure out what they're going through, just to let them know that they have an outlet where they can release whatever they're going through. And if I can't help them, I can get them to the right direction. So it's really doing public speaking to motivate the children to set goals, to accomplish them, but then also on the back end, be able to have an open dialogue that if they're going through anything, we are always an open door.
I love that. So what do we need to do if we want to be involved? What happens to Southern California or the Bay Area or any other geographical area that wants to be involved in S.W.A.M Challenge?
Great question. So with that being said, with the S.W.A.M Challenge 5K that's in November, I think that is where the S.W.A.M Challenge is going to be able to get up and move different locations. And what I need is help when it comes to sponsorships and different donations. So the more people are able to donate or have sponsorships to the 5Ks, that gives us more publicity, that gives us more money to make these travels to LA or to Utah or anywhere in the United States. So the more that the S.W.A.M Challenge 5K kind of grows, the more that we'll be able to move this thing around. And that is my goal, is to be able to do this 5K, not only in California, but even go out of state. And I think it's going to be possible.
Listen, I'm going to get personal for a second. I want you to tell the people a little bit about your athletic background, because I think people are under the assumption that if you're an athlete or if you used to be active or you've always been in shape, that you would never need something like this. You would never need accountability partners. You would never need a program to get them started, because there has been times where you've been at the peak of your athletic or fitness ability. So, you know, they might feel a little apprehensive about trying to get involved because maybe there's a shame to it that someone that was so stellar in athletics now needs help, right? So talk to me a little bit about that and how people that maybe once in their life have been at the peak of their fitness and athletic ability now need something like this. Like what happened with you, and why would you even need a program to get you feeling back at your peak?
You know, that's actually a great question, because what's funny is I played football at the University of Utah. And then from University of Utah, I even tried to try out for the Panthers. But the thing about with the NFL, it is most athletes have been trained their whole life. I've always had a trainer. I've always had someone tell me, hey, do this. This is what you should do. Go over here, do that. And then just me being an athlete, I would just do it. Not necessarily learning what the heck I was doing. I would just do it and then be strong or be fast. So I've found out that a lot of athletes, if you take them out of that environment of a trainer and you just put them in the gym, they don't know what to do because no one's telling them what to do anymore. And for me, even if you took me out from the trainer and put me in the gym, all I used to do was I played football. I needed to be strong. I don't need to bench 400 pounds anymore. That's not for what? You know what I mean? So the things that I knew aren't even beneficial for me right now. My knees hurt. I don't need to squat 600 pounds. You know what I mean? So when I'm talking to different basketball players and swimmers and things like that, the things that we were training were for athletic performance. That is not what we need as an adult as we get older. So I always say, no matter who you are, you shouldn't be ashamed of if you don't work out or if your body has changed since you were younger or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you have to train your mind to do something small. And then you do something small until that gets too easy, and then you start to challenge yourself with more. The problem that most people do is they say, hey, I've been in the gym my whole life. A mile is too easy. I'm going to run 3 miles. And then the next day they can't walk because their legs are sore, and now they need a 3-day break from working out. And then then you have to start all the way over again. And then
Guilty.
people don't start over. They feel guilty, like, oh, that was way too hard.
Guilty.
So, right? It's crazy. I've done it myself. Like, I go into the gym and I'm like, I used to bench 500. So I go in there and try to put plates on, and I'm struggling, and the next day my whole chest hurts. People can't touch me. It's bad. It's embarrassing. So by doing the small things like that, slowly teach you to keep it simple and then grow. And then the good thing about it is you can see yourself progress slowly. Like, literally, someone just texted me, was like, hey, I was able to run for 3 minutes straight. Like, that doesn't sound like amazing, but to that person that have never done it, you have to celebrate your small wins.
Yep. Huge. So yeah, definitely appreciate that. So what we're going to do is make sure that everyone has the information for the 14th.
Yeah.
And if they're interested in expanding the program out to their geographical area, how they can get in touch with you and see if we can make that happen. But I think it's very important that individuals know that you do have to start small and build healthy habits. And it's good of you to be able to start a program such as this that will help so many people. Tell me about some of the people that have been in your program so far and benefited from it.
Man, there's so many. What I was going to say was also is if anybody wants to partner up with me, if you guys have any events or anything like that, I'll even come out and have my own booth or anything. I'm wanting to partner with other different people so I can reach more people in general, all ages. But when it comes to people that have to have benefited, within that first month, if you stick to that 1 mile, average, most people lose about 10 pounds in that first month. It sounds crazy but you start with a mile and you slowly start to challenge yourself to get better. So by the day 30, 1 mile that you maybe took 13 minutes to do, you're now probably doing it in 11 or 10 because you slowly challenge yourself. So people lose about 10 pounds in that first month. And then also when it comes to just the anxiety and depression, like, people learn to take time for themselves. Because as we get older, we have kids, we have family, we have so many different stressors in this world. But we forget about ourselves and we try to do stuff for so many other people. So before you can help someone else, you have to help yourself. So walking a mile that takes 15 minutes that you can just kind of clear your brain. People talk to me all the time on how much that just helps them come back to whatever situation they're in a clearer mindset.
Very good. You talk a lot about mental health, mental wellness. Where does your background come from in that area?
So currently, I actually am a pharmaceutical rep and I sell mental medication. So for bipolar, schizophrenia, and depression. So I'm able to see firsthand patients that are dealing with depression or anxiety or schizophrenia. And I promote drugs for these different disease states. But I also believe that just exercise, watching what you eat, sleeping correctly could prevent a lot of the different stressors that people are going through. I believe that medication is necessary, but a lot of times people just need to change their lifestyle before going to the medication because they're giving you different serotonins and norepinephrine, and actually exercising does exactly the same thing. So I believe that people, if they change their lifestyle, they can sometimes prevent taking the medication. So I'd rather go there first before you get on the pill.
Very good. Well, I want to make sure that our audience gets all of your good information. It'll be on the site. And we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us about S.W.A.M Challenge. I'm excited. Hopefully we'll be able to be at the next event. And, I invite everybody else out to join you.
Absolutely. Anybody, all shapes, all sizes, all ages are invited. I love to meet anyone that's watching this video. We'll have all my information.
How do the people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can go on my website. It's www.swamchallenge.com. You can go to Instagram. It's S.W.A.M Challenge. And even on Facebook, I believe it's just Walter Watt is my Facebook. But again, it's /S.W.A.M Challenge. So it's really, really simple. S.W.A.M Challenge across all networks. And don't hesitate to reach out, ask any questions that you need.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And we will look forward to the 14th of November.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
All righty.